All right. Welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green, and it's morning, Monday morning, or at least for me. For some of you, it may be later in the day. Um, I will tell you that for the last few weeks, we've been planning this major announcement, and I was excited to share it with you. But there's a lot of politics that go into announcements, and there's a lot of business, and it's not my place to get involved with politics and business. As of now, you've heard it, and it's true. Never say never again. Stephen Pearcy and Warren Demartini reunited. We'll talk about that and more right after this.
Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there to waste time with that
The M3 Music Festival in Columbia, Maryland. It's been going on now. This will be the 16th year. And the first time I went, I was working with a band called Winger, and that was in 2014. And I had a great time. It was a great festival, and I've gone back with Stephen Pearcy's solo band twice, and now we'll be going back yet again. It's a 3-day festival. Sometimes it's been 2 days, but 3-day festival, and it's the music that fans of this show want to hear. And we're running out of these bands. We're running out of our favorite bands, and it's an amazing thing to see them all in one place. You got the cruises and things like that, but M3 in Columbia, Maryland, the festival puts together a good lineup, and they do their best. If you've watched my tour diaries, you've seen some behind the scenes of the M3 Music Festival. So the plan was that I would go on this morning. The announcement was supposed to be made at 12 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 9 a.m. here in Las Vegas. Now, I didn't even sleep. I was working on things and trying to get ready for this announcement. I've known the lineup for a while, but there were things that needed to be changed, and I could not step on toes and had to make sure that it was done right. So it is official. It's everywhere now. May the 5th, 4th. I'm rewriting history. May the 4th, it's a Sunday. Stephen Pearcy and Warren Demartini will perform the music of their band RATT, and I think it's going to be incredible. Now, so the M3 lineup, the two big standouts are obviously Warren Demartini and Stephen Pearcy performing together on Sunday night. But on Saturday night, Diamond David Lee Roth. I mean, it doesn't get to be a bigger legend. One of the things I said about this festival, and we'll get to your questions and comments and see if you're excited, if you're going. But one of the things is you haven't seen David Lee Roth on stage in, I don't know, at least 10 years. And you haven't seen Stephen Pearcy and Warren Demartini on stage in more than that. Give or take. I don't need you to go in the Google comments and tell me the exact dates. I don't really care that much. But chance to see a legend, and I don't know how many more chances you're going to get to see David Lee Roth, and who knows what the future holds for any of these bands. So let's take a look at the lineup, and then we'll get to your questions and comments. We're going to go to the M3 website, which, by the way, is m3rockfest.com. And tickets will be going on sale soon. I haven't seen an announcement date yet, but let's talk about it. It's a 3-day festival. Begins on Friday, May 2nd. A band called Snake Oil. I'm not familiar what that is. Maybe a local thing. Maybe Ion. I don't know. But that's kicking it off. Sebastian Bach is the headliner of Friday night. Say what you want. Sebastian Bach is an incredible, amazing rock frontman of that era. And normally those Fridays were reserved for Kix. Kix is from Maryland, and it would be their hometown, and they would headline every Friday. But starting 2 years ago, Kix is no longer together. So this year we'll have Sebastian Bach kicking things off on Friday. On Saturday, something called Soundcheck Rock. Not familiar with what it is. Probably some kind of maybe it's a fantasy camp, rock school kind of thing. Anyway, it's early in the day. Red Voodoo, I'm also not familiar with. Maybe something upstart. But then Child's Play, I believe, are from the area as well. They were one of those bands that you saw in your Metal Edge magazines and the pinups, and maybe they had one MTV song. Steven Adler of the legendary Guns N' Roses, the original drummer, and he's got a great band, plays a great show of all Guns N' Roses, everything you want to hear. After that is Slaughter, and if you're, I'm sure there's a lot of Slaughter fans watching. If you watch my show, you've seen Slaughter on here many times. After that, Winger, the band I first went to M3 with. I think this is Winger's final year. This is probably your last chance to see Winger at the M3 Rock Fest. And then Accept is a strange one for me. I know there's a lot of Accept fans. The only original member is Wolf Hoffman, the guitar player. But hey, I don't put the order. I don't choose the order. I would have Accept lower on my card, but what do I know? And then, of course, Diamond David Lee Roth. I don't know. I said, boy, would it be amazing if he had the Eat 'Em Smile lineup. Steve Vai, Billy Sheet, and Greg Bissonette. Maybe he will. I shouldn't spread rumors because I don't know anything about it. But I know I'll be there early, and I know I watch David Lee Roth. I'm excited, and this might be the only chance to get to see him. And then comes Sunday, Soundcheck Rock again, which we talked about. Spread Eagle. Spread Eagle was a great local New York City band, much like the band on my shirt right here, the Throbs. And by the way, stick around after this show at 11 o'clock Eastern, Pacific Standard Time. Ronnie Sweetheart of the Throbs will join me for an exclusive interview. So anyway, Spread Eagle, cool New York band. And I believe this is their first M3, I believe. Next up is Vixen. Just spent the weekend. Stephen Pearcy had a show with them. Great gals, and it'll be nice to see them again. Lita Ford, another legend. Great White. Great White. All the members have been on this show as well. And then Warrant, who I think is a great band still. Janie Lane's obviously passed. By the way, Janie Lane's daughter, Maddie, will be on the show next week. You'll see her on the show, and we'll talk about Jay Lane and his history and Warrant and her relationship with her father, a whole lot more. And then Ace Frehley of Kiss. It doesn't get much more legendary. If you've seen my video on the channel with Ace Frehley, 25,000 views so far. You saw my last meeting with Ace, and it'll be always interesting to see the Spaceman. And then after that, Stephen Pearcy and Warren Demartini performing the music of RATT. People have waited a long time for this. People said it would never happen, and it happened. Even I am shocked, probably just as much as you are. So anyway, you want to follow the M3 Rock Fest on your social media. Find out when tickets go on sale, and you want to be there. I think this is a good festival. I want to see what everyone else thinks. Maybe I'm the only one who's excited. Maybe some of you are too. Let's see what we got. You never know what the people are going to say, but the people need to speak. All right. So, yes, I was supposed to be on early, and we kept pushing it back. And because we wanted to make sure we did everything proper. Good afternoon, Jet. Good to see you. Channel member Andrew, channel member JK. And yeah, people were concerned about the time changes. M3 just posted on their announcement. Yeah, it's been a busy morning. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes, and a lot of the artists were waiting to make an announcement or a statement. And so I did not mean to keep you in suspense, and I hope it wasn't room for you. A lot of people are not watching this live. A lot of people are tuning in later in the day, and this is the first you're hearing of it. And I'm hoping to bring some entertainment to you. This is not the normal waste some time with Jason Green. The show is now about just talking about M3. And look, a big part of my show is Stephen Pearcy. If you've watched my tour diary series, My Life on the Road, You've seen. I spent the last 4 years touring with Stephen. I think that the Rat legacy um, deserves to be honored and treated with respect, and I think that Stephen and Warren are the two best people to do that. And okay, let's see. I'm going through here. I know the big question. Lorraine wants to know. She's waiting for tickets, but we've got to we've got to wait a little longer. You got the announcement now. Now's the first part done. And T. Duke is not going, but glad his Warren is back. Now, look, not everybody can get to Columbia, Maryland, but if you can, um, you should. Sebastian Bach and David Lee Roth, not bad. Uh, yes, see, David Lee Roth opened for Kiss in 2019. So it's been 6 years since you've seen him. He has canceled every show since. So, uh, yeah, and we don't know what band is playing. Look, I think it's a miracle they got Dave to do this. He's canceled all of his Las Vegas residency shows, and you have them. Now, okay, Kevin says he was at last year for Y&T. He's going to pass on this one. I would have passed on Y&T personally. That's not for me. But listen, this is America, and as of today, you still have freedom. I think. Let me check the time. Anyway, look, it's not for everybody, but for those who is, Tom is saying it's a fun line. Will Ace be on time? Well, I sure hope so, right? I think he will. M3, by the way, runs things very tight and organized, and the stage is a lazy Susan. So while one band is playing, another band is setting up. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a big night. Francis, hi Jason. I'm on my lunch break just to find out the amazing news. I'm beyond stoked. Rat and roll, yeah, rat and roll for sure. Uh, John with great suspense, yeah. Um, Barry saw Accept with Keki's Priest and said they rock, so we're looking forward to it. Chris loves my Throb shirt and Spread Eagle's a favorite. Listen, I want to go a little further on these bands. When I go on the cruise or I go to M3, I want to see the bands that I don't see every day. Some of you only want to go see the same damn band over and over and over. I like when they mix it up a little bit. I like to see something that maybe I didn't get a chance to see, but I also want some of my favorites in there. And I think that's what this lineup has, a little of everything. I'm reading here the tickets go on sale Friday, January 31st. Thank you. I believe that was right. I think I've heard that. So Friday it is. Um, Vixen's new singer is great. Yes, Rosa. Her first interview was on this channel. Check it out. She is great. Does a great job with Vixen. A lot of rat and roll in the comments. Big comments. Big question is who was playing in Stephen's band. So this morning is about Stephen Pearcy and Warren Demartini, and that speaks volumes. And at another time, the members of the band will be revealed. I will say that they are all people you know. There's a lot of platinum albums in there, and when the time is right, Stephen Pearcy will tell you who is in the band. But for right now, it's about Stephen and Warren. No, Bobby Blotzer will not be on drums. The only members of Rat involved in this special show, and it is billed as Pearcy Demartini. I don't want people to think that this is called Rat. It's called Pearcy Demartini. I will also say that there are still Stephen Pearcy solo shows this year. I don't want people to think that if you go to officialstephenpearcy.com, you will see a list of solo shows, and those shows will still be honored. This Pearcy Demartini project is a different project. And while I most know I do work with Stephen Pearcy, it's not my place to announce everything. I mean, I'm fortunate that everyone is cool enough to let me do this. And yeah, I'm with you, Way Cool Jr. That's Grace. You were there last year. I think it's a great lineup too, and I think to see those two together is worth it. Listen, a lot of people are excited, except Never disappoints. Will there be a meet and greet for Pearcy and Demartini? Very early on that one. So hoping for more Pearcy Demartini dates. Hey, let's all get to M3 just in case, right? Um, and yes, that's right. um, hmm, I think this is great. Cher from Vixen sold me my house, small world. Yes, Cher's been doing real estate for quite some time down in Florida. Yes, Savatage is touring this year. I've heard some information. Maybe we'll have to have some of those guys back on the show. A few of them have already been here. Drummer and the bass player. And a lot of people are happy to see Stephen and Warren back together. Look, I mean, I don't think I believed it would happen. Although, if I had to tell you two members of RATT that could be that could pull it off, I think those are the two I would, and I think those are the two that most people want to see: the lead singer, lead guitarist. I see a lot of people guessing different lineups, and at this point, they're just guesses. I mean, not to me, I know, but um, uh, Kip Winger, is someone saying, will he do solo shows acoustic? I can't tell you. He says he's coming on the show, and maybe we'll get him to reveal the end plans. The last I talked to him, I think he was ready to be done playing rock and roll and play classical music. He's a composer, a choreographer. There's nothing he can't do. He does so much I can't even pronounce half the things that he does. But hopefully he'll be here and talk to us. Try and get Todd Latore on the show. You know, Todd Latore, who is in Queensryche, gave me his phone number and he was interested. And I'm just a jerk. I just haven't got back to him. But I will. Michael Moreau touring U.S. with Todd Kearns on bass. Yes, my old friend Todd Kearns managed in the Sin City Sinners for many years. I wish Sammy Offa was there, but if you can't have Sammy Offa, Todd Kearns can pretty much do anything, and I've seen it. It's funny as someone's guessing, but you guess two bass players. You're guessing that Matt and Juan. What was this? Spinal Tap? More bass? One of those can't be the person. Dana Strum, look, we're having some fun and we're guessing and we're speculating. I know the answer, but I'm willing to play along. Casa Noel, that video's up right now. On my last tour there, I went to Casa Noel and All Year Christmas Museum, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. About time Warren came back. I'd have to agree. Is it easy to get to M3 from England? Well, it depends how far Baltimore is, because that's where you would be flying into. There's worse flights you could take. Let's see. Yes. Anyway, I'm doing my best. I didn't want to come on here and be completely in a shroud of mystery and not tell you anything. But there's only so much I can say. Again, a lot of people are learning this news for the first time right here, right now. Not everybody's on social media. And Jennifer Brothers, thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. A lot of new content coming. And Jason Green on bass. Well, you got it. That's right. It's me. I'm working on my moves as we speak. I've got this one. I've got this one down. The one where you, it's kind of a crab type thing where you go like this and you kind of dance a little bit. And then the gyrocopter. Anyway, no, I'm not playing bass, but I'm practicing just in case they need to call me out of the dugout. Will Spike make an appearance? Spike is another one. Spike from the Choir Boys and I have been talking. We text back and forth. I've heard a lot of songs with the new record. I just got to get it done. John would like to bribe me. I don't think that can happen. Love the Ace Frehley Sonic Stream. Thank you. I'm glad you liked that. I thought that was a fun one. And sorry, I'm trying to get to everybody. Never been to M3. Are they short sets? Not really. The headliner spots are full sets. I haven't seen the times they're asking this year, but so the smaller bands I feel like maybe the first band of the day is 30 minutes, then maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes. But actually, all the bands play a decent amount of time, 60 minutes. And I would guess that Stephen Pearcy plays hour 15, 90 minutes. Again, I'm guessing. I don't know, and I don't want to say the wrong information. I see people guessing. I mean, I will tell you that some of the guesses in the chat are pretty good. I don't know where you come up with them. You guys got inside information? Is Stephen doing a show right now against me? Um, Amy says she's wearing her Slaughter t-shirt. I don't know if you're wearing it right now or you're wearing it to the M3 Music Festival. Will Warren be a third guitarist? No. No. I think that's safe to say. No. With Warren Demartini around, what else do you need? Yes, this was a big rumor. Gene Simmons was a big rumor. I never heard it from anyone in the uppity up high muckety mucks, but a lot of people thought Gene was going to play. You got Ace. You don't have Gene. I don't really care about Gene's solo thing, so that's that. And there was a few other big names. I talked to Dave Sabo, Snake, and Rachel Boland last weekend, and they were hoping to be part of M3, but some things didn't work out. Again, it's not my camp to talk about. Although I just did. M3 never feels rushed. Yes, no, I think it's an adequate amount of time, and it's a fun place to hang out. Let's hope for good weather. It's at a place called the Merriweather Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland, and it's a 3-day party. People are out and about, and the hotels are jumping. Everything's jumping. Everyone's having a party and having a good time. And it's a big, spacious venue, but the seats are all good as well. So, Roger says, I heard Michael Anthony was playing bass for Stephen and Warren, and then also Roth. Well, let's not put that out there as a rumor. And but yeah, could have been, yeah. Well, now let's just say, wouldn't it have been interesting had Skid Row been there, and Sebastian Bach would have been playing? Look, there's no Skid Row reunion, that I can tell you. When I talked to Snake and Rachel, they're going to come on the show, and I said, I am not going to ask you the question that everybody asks. It would be old news to keep doing that. Anyway, let's see what time it is. Is it really? What? I think my time is broken. Oh, I guess it is. Well, shortly after this, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This is why I don't do morning shows. I don't know how Regis and Kathy Lee did it all those years. My interview with Ronnie Sweetheart from the Throbs, and I am wearing my Throbs shirt right now. And a lot of you might not remember the Throbs. And one of the things I take pride in my interviews is giving you interviews from people that you might not know, people who were part of it, because boy, they were part of the music scene. They have some crazy stories. The record produced by the legendary Bob Ezrin, a lot of stuff. And if you tune in, you will see it. Let's see. Someone's saying I don't. Well, Warren wouldn't want another guitar player. Well, but RATT is a 2-guitar band, and there's guitar solos with harmonies. So I can say that there will be another guitar player. One, I can say that someone in the chat may have said it, but and then as far as any chance of Blotz, no Blotz, no, Bobby Blotzer is not involved. If he was, his name would have been in the title. So yeah, no, he won't be. Beavis Brown said that his local Walmart greeter told him it would be Mike Inez on bass, Tommy Aldridge on skins, and Carlos Cavazzo on rhythm. So that's, and maybe that one knows. Chris says he knows that Danny Nordahl played in the Throbs. Danny Nordahl did play in the Throbs. And I think you're going to dig this. And maybe one year, Throbs will be on the M3 Music Festival. They should. I saw a lot of people guessing the Bullet Boys because they were in the area. This was a common one. And a lot of people were wrong. Most of the guesses, for the last few weeks, I saw people guessing who was going to be appearing at the M3 festival, and a lot of them were wrong. Listen, they gave you two things that are not common, and nobody guessed. Every now and then, someone might have said a Rat Reunion. Nobody guessed Diamond Dave. I'll tell you that. And we'll see. I think that as the word gets out and the excitement gets out, we're talking about this. This festival doesn't take place until May. So let's see. Will I be going to see Michael Monroe in Vegas? No, I'm on the road at that time, but I will be seeing Michael Monroe at the Rainbow Bar and Grill Bash. I'll be there for that. And I'll also see Michael Monroe on the Monsters of Rock cruise that I'm looking forward to attending, if you will. Someone asked a question about, I don't know where it is, about the UK. It's a good question. Are there any plans for Stephen to tour the UK? As of right now, there's no dates, but plans could open up. And again, as far as Stephen Pearcy, Warren Demartini, Stephen will come on and he'll tell you what the future is when he knows. Maybe Warren Demartini will come on. I doubt it. But and then we'll find out. But for right now, we got one show, one night to enjoy. Two legends playing all the Rat hits. That much I can say. Okay. Some people say, no way Roth makes the stage. I have heard that. I think he's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Chris, thank you. Not many people had Warren or Dave on their bingo cards. Wednesday 13, by the way, we'll be here on Wednesday. And I will be at the Creep IE convention this weekend with Wednesday. I'll be around his booth and Sean Clark as well. And you should come to that Lost Boys reunion, all kinds of cool stuff. But I will not be at his show at Vamped. I'll be on the road. Let's see. Many bands they tried that fell through. Yes, I don't know if I can say. I'd have to keep asking about what I can say. If I was just some jackass YouTuber influencer, then I could speak. But because I'm also involved in the situation, going to let's see. Hopefully, Warren isn't just a one-off. Well, it'd be nice. Pearcy Demartini would be awesome. But Pearcy Demartini would be amazing anywhere. I'd love to see them tour. I'd love to see them in Japan and Brazil and UK. But this is me talking as a fan, not a business person. Will Stephen have a VIP at M3? Don't know yet. I don't know. I haven't seen the contract. All the advancing and those things will happen soon. But for right now, we don't know. Yes, Wednesday is a hero. He's a firefighter in California. But we'll talk about that on Wednesday. I don't want to get too far away. Danny Vaughn from Tyketa would be a good interview. I think so too. And maybe I'll talk to him on the cruise. I like people that you haven't seen interviewed 20,000 times. The greatest compliment that anyone could give me is when they say they like to watch my interviews with people they weren't familiar with. That makes me feel good because it means you stayed with it because you wanted to see what I'd ask them and hope that I can keep it interesting. I used to listen to Howard Stern. Sometimes he'd have a guest on. I didn't know. I go, I'm going to turn it off. But then somehow Howard would make them interesting. And then I found out a lot of other people. Yeah, it sucks that Kicks called it a day, but sometimes it's time. People get older and it gets harder. Steve Whiteman was having a hard time saying, and I don't think he wanted to go out bad. He wanted to go out on top. And I'm going to wrap this up in just a minute. This was really a quick little special, over 300 people watching. What's this question here? Hey, Jason, what are your thoughts on the rock touring scene now that many bands are nearing the end of the road? I don't think there's really a question. Yeah, most bands are. Everyone's getting older. We're all getting older, and one thing I could say is go see your favorite band while you can. They travel a lot further to see you than you're going to see them. Trust me. So go see them, enjoy it, make memories, and I don't know what else to say to that one. As a fan, I'm just happy to see Warren and Steven, and I want that shirt. I think a Warren Steven shirt would be awesome. How did the Pearcy Demartini reunion come together? I haven't seen Warren make a public appearance in years. It's too early to talk about it. At least too early for me to talk about it. When we're going to let it breathe. It's amazing that these two icons of my childhood and probably yours are going to play together. And for right now, I don't want to really get into it much further. Do I still have my badass Mudhens jersey? Yes, well, I don't wear it as often, but it's hanging in the closet. That's on an episode of the show. Sid Croft interview was great. Sid Croft was incredible. 95 years young. Usually, I think when I go to bed, I count how many more years do I have. I don't know if you guys do this. I count. I get count on my hands and sometimes my toes. I go, look, I'm going to drop dead at some point. How much longer do I have to enjoy it? And then I think of my age difference with Michelle, and I wonder how much longer before she becomes a widow, and do, and does she know where all my good stuff is so that she can eat? What the hell's going on around here? Ghosts. Um, but Sid Croft made me feel young. 95 years old. He's sharp and he's a legend, and he created some of the greatest shows of all time. If you haven't watched that, please go watch it. If you grew up with HR Puff and stuff like I did. Uh, how was the weekend's concert in Spokane? Did you rescue Johnny from the fire alarms? We were at a hotel in Spokane, and fire alarms went off, and everyone was evacuated from the rooms. I was in the venue, Michelle and I, and the ladies from Vixen, and the fire alarm didn't go off in the venue. We didn't even know about it. Thank God it was a false alarm. So I was of no assistance, although it might have made for good video. Uh, some people have a lot of opinions, Beavis. Uh, question is, so are they joining or is this speculation? I'm not sure what, Corey, you might have to elaborate on that. Lorraine points out that Matt is an original member of RATT, just saying. He 100% is. The first recording that RATT ever did, I believe, is Tell the World on the Metal Massacre album. And the bass was played by Matt Thorne. Matt Thorne, well, he was also on the TV show Fame, I mean, more importantly. But he was in the band Rough Gut, and he's the best-selling funk bass player in Burbank. And he also, crazy enough, was roommates with Warren and Jakey Lee. So if we're going to give Matt's resume, we really want to give it all. Okay. Yeah, Sid Croft is a legend. And yeah, hope to see him on his RV tour. It's crazy. Guy's going on a tour at 95 years old. We decided that we're not going to talk about who's in the band just yet. I will tell you that I asked Steven, what do you want to do? He was nice enough to let me do my show, and I hope I'm selling some tickets and promoting. But and the answer was, they're people you know. They're it's an all-star band. I'm going to put that out there right now. It is an all-star band. There's nobody in this band you don't know, but that's for another day. Right now, Stephen and Warren, and that's what's up front. Listen, Mikey Myers, you said it right. No reason to carry grudges to the grave. None of them are getting any younger, and so this is a chance. I think it's going to be incredible. And Corey writes, seen Rat many times in days, and I think the Moon of Warren is such amazing talent. You're going to have the opportunity to see them play again. Who knows? Who knows how? Who knows how long this reunion, if you will, can last. Who knows how long anything can last in this crazy world? And so, um, tickets go on sale Friday, and I suggest you get them. M3rockfest.com. I think you can get a good deal on a 3-day pass. I don't have the prices on me, but Roger wonders who got the ball rolling. Well, maybe one day they'll talk about it. Sorry, that wasn't me. Usually I cough when I'm faking it, but I've been dealing with a cough for 3 weeks. Mm. I'm going to get out of here in a minute. 25 minutes. My interview with Ronnie Sweetheart of the Throbs on Wednesday 13, and Sean Clark joined me. Friday, a new tour diary. It's a good one too. Me, Matt Thorne, and Blas Elias went to see Mount Rushmore, and then after that, we went to a thing called Bear Country, and me, Blas, and Matt went on safari around wild bears, and so that would be. Uh, yeah. Sorry, I'm reading some of your comments. All I care about is Stephen Warren playing. Feel terrible about Robin, but I want to see Warren back with Stephen. That's all. I get it. Listen, we all feel bad. Um, Robin Crosby, of course, you never have that original lineup reunion because he's not here. But that doesn't mean that the guys can't be good and pay tribute to Robin and his legacy as well. Robin Crosby is the man who said, basically on his deathbed, "Don't feel bad for me. I've lived the life of a million men," or I'm paraphrasing. And what a way to face the end, knowing that you've done the things you wanted to do. Yeah. Anyway, um, down is up. Hearing this news, I am definitely going to M3 this year. Thanks for the great news. Well, thank you for tuning in. Do you think Winger will still do occasional gigs when they? You never know with these bands. No, it's a hard thing to just go away. Most bands keep coming. When Kip comes on the show, and we texted last week, uh, maybe we can ask him. When's the next tour diaries? We get one on Friday. I'm cranking these things out. I can almost put them out every day. Um, I want you guys to enjoy the content on this channel. And interviews coming up this week. I told you Maddie Lane, Jenny Lane's daughter. And then I'm interviewing Danny Cooksey. Danny Cooksey was in a band called Bad for Good with a kid named Thomas McRockland. It was a kid band. They were all great. The drummer's in Avenged Sevenfold now. But they were a great kid band. Just Steve I produced it, discovered it. But more importantly, he was Sam on Different Strokes. And me and Wednesday just loved Different Strokes. And then he was also in the Terminator too. And so anyway, Danny Cooksey will be here next week as well. Get your questions ready. And if you want to ask questions of my guests, sign up for Patreon. We've got all kinds of cool Patreon packages. Yes, don't cry for me, Argentina. King Robin is immortal. He is 100%. I can tell you that he lives through the music. Okay. Jason, this is Frank. Frank writes, Jason, I want to see the band this year. Closest show I see is the Mohican on the tour schedule, but the venue says Reba McEntire is playing that night. Reba McEntire is probably playing in the arena, and Stephen is probably playing a thing called the Wolf's Den. That's my guess. Janie Lane's daughter is a must-watch. Well, I hope so. We've only talked a little bit, but she's got some stories, and she's a singer. She's released some of her singing some of her dad's work, and I really liked Janie Lane. I really like Jenny Lane, and I look forward to discussing it with her. And yeah, but his story is sad, but we don't have to only talk about sad times. Jenny Lane did a lot of good. Wrapping up, it's been so crazy to get back on the road. We went to Spokane. It was first show of the year, and I forgot what the schedule was like. Luckily, it was in a casino, so it was pretty easy. Later this February, when February comes around, we'll be in Dallas, and then we'll be in Houston. And then we'll be at the Surf Ballroom in Iowa, which is one of the places I've wanted to go for ages. That's the place technically where the music died. The last performance of the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens. Uh, that was their last performance. That's where the plane took off and unfortunately crashed not too far from there. So let's see here. Andrew, TV show interviews from the 90s. Some of the cast in that when I said, listen, I want to do more of that. I don't want to just be a rock channel. I'm trying to do it. And I'm trying to keep the algorithm busy. I should thank everyone closing in on 22,000 subscribers, and we're well over 4 million views now. And things are looking big, looking good, if you will. Thank you. I'll see you in Dallas. I'm looking forward to it. Dallas, I am going to go to a place called the Longhorn Ballroom. I'm extremely excited to go there. Sex Pistols played one of the greatest concerts in history there. And I will also be going to see some of the Kennedy sites. Did I get another cat? I have not. It's been a difficult decision, and I'm still mourning the loss of my cat. And because I tore so much, I feel like it'd be unfair to have a pet. But let's see down the road. Uh, it will happen again. Do you know if the set will feature mostly invasion and privacy songs since it's the anniversary? It's up to Stephen and Warren. I mean, I know that's in the plans. I know that invasion is definitely in the plans. When are you going to interview Stanley from Life, Sex, and Death? Well, I don't know if you know this. He's a little crazy. Um, if you saw, there's an episode where we go play pinball together. I mean, he's been on the show. It wasn't a full interview, but and I am working on a possible movie about that band. Um, so that's that. Will you be having Monaco on anytime soon? Haven't been to Monaco in a long time. Oh, you Johnny Monaco. He said he doesn't want to come on. He said that he appreciates the offer and he has nothing to talk about. And one day when he has something to talk about and feels up to it, he'll do it again. Okay. Bad for Good made one of their earliest debuts in a Rip magazine party at the Hollywood Palladium. Nice. Yeah. We're going to talk about Bad for Good. I'm excited. Rob Benjamin Music writes, I wish Blas still play with Mark and Dana. It's weird seeing him watch them. He is the OG drummer after all. I wonder what the Slaughter doc will be like. Listen, I'm supposed to be involved in the Slaughter doc. I hate anything abbreviated, by the way. Documentary. Dana Strum and I have talked about it, and I think a lot of those questions will be answered, but it's not mine to answer right here, right now. Pinball episode with Stanley was awesome. I thought so too. And I got to sneeze, so excuse me. Oh, heavens. Anyway, 17 minutes. This is a real away from my interview with Ronnie Sweetheart. It's going to be the biggest interview in modern rock history. It's going to be all over the tabloids. You're going to want to see it. And I'll be live Wednesday with the normal show. This isn't a real show, and like I said, I really haven't been to sleep. Thank you, Chris. The blessings. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, or anything else I can talk about, I would be happy to do that in the last few minutes. I will watch the Ronnie Sweetheart interview with you guys. I'll be in the chat. So if you want to talk some more in the live chat, we can do that. We talk about whatever the hell you want. Blabbermouth be all over this. I'm sure they are. This is a big day, a news day. Was the best hotel the one with the pool table? Yes, Andrew, absolutely. That was the Hard Rock, Oklahoma. I had a pool table in that room. If you haven't seen that tour diary, watch it. We're on 74 tour diaries, and we're on 8 cruise episodes. And that's 80s cruise, and there's a bunch of Monster Rock cruises. There's a lot. Joseph asks, who was the last famous musician to give you a great experience on Medium? Not Ace. Wow. Last famous musician. This is easy. Lou Gramm. We were on the road with Lou Gramm. And Lou Gramm could not have been more humble. It could not have been cooler. Lou Gramm sat and would talk to all the bands equally. And he was just, it's rare you meet somebody who is that down to earth, and he was. So, any thoughts of having Steve Plunkett on the news? Have to find him first. He doesn't seem to be want to be found. Great news about Stephen and Warren. Amazing news. Let's recap for those of you who've just tuned in, or those of you who aren't sold on it yet. The M3 Rock Festival 2025. This is the 16th annual at the Merriweather Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. Friday, May 2nd, headliner Sebastian Bach. Saturday, May 3rd, the headliner is David Lee Roth. Sunday, May 4th, Pearcy Demartini performing the music of RATT. And then along the way, Accept, Winger, Slaughter, Stephen Adler, Child's Play, Ace Frehley, Warrant, Great White, Lita Ford, Vixen, Spread Eagle. It's going to be a great time. I hope to see a lot of you there. I know every time we've been there before, I'm so happy for you all to come over and say hello. Who are you looking forward to seeing most on the 80s cruise? Probably Adamant. Say Adamant. And we're looking forward to Honeymoon Suite. I've never seen Honeymoon Suite. I think that'll be exciting too. The 80s cruise, I just enjoy the laid backness of it, and the excursions, if you will, not the band with Mark Slaughter. It should be great. David Lee Roth, yeah, it's not David Roth. It's no joke. Any plans for Stephen Pearcy movie? Yes, I'm going to play Stephen Pearcy. Maybe not. One day there'll be a Stephen Pearcy movie. Let's see. What's the worst experience you ever had at a hotel? That would be in the episode where I crashed on the scooter. There was blood on the bed, and it looks like someone had slept in it. It was terrible, and I had to go to the front desk and change rooms. Girl at the front desk was hot. That's the only thing good about that experience. You can see that in the video. But I was horribly injured and disfigured. I'm still recovering. Anyway, what a great gift for the new year. Yeah, absolutely. Honeymoon Suite Rock. Still have the cassette. Anyway, yeah, feel it again. Exactly. Honeymoon Suite. I'm ready. You guys had enough? Have we talked enough? Have I given you enough? I mean, I don't. This is not, like I said, nothing. I didn't prepare. I fell out of bed. I was ready 2 hours ago, but there was, and I didn't want to screw up the announcement. Anyway, any chance of an interview with Heaven's Edge or the band? I think we're supposed to say Helix, but listen, anything is possible, as Debbie Gibson so eloquently put. By the way, the video of her feet on my channel is one of the top video of all time. You're very welcome. Center Hill Cards. And a lot more fun, and we'll get back to the normal show. And in the weeks ahead, I'm sure there'll be more announcements. I'm sure Stephen will reveal it. We're going to be inundated with interview requests. I don't think there's going to be a lot done, but can't wait to see them live. Yeah. Well, your chance is Sunday, May the 4th. It's my mother's birthday as well. My mother said to me, I said, "What do you want for your birthday this year?" You know, she's going to be like 70 or something. And I said, she said, "I would like to see Stephen Pearcy and Warren DeMartini reunite one more time." And I said, "Oh, Jesus, I don't know if that could happen." And I prayed and to Satan, and it happened. It happened. It's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but you got to be there, right? Always good with Debbie's feet. Yeah, absolutely. Wade, nice to see you. That's Jet. Thank you. I'll say hello. You can say hello to Wednesday yourself when he's here on Wednesday. Is there anyone I'm looking forward to seeing on the Monsters of Rock cruise? I'm looking forward to seeing Michael Monroe. I'm looking forward to seeing, I don't have the list in front of me, Chris Holmes. I'm looking forward to seeing, it's been so long. I can't remember. A lot of people. And is there any chance of a Bobby Blotzer reunion? I don't think so. I mean, but this is not for me to say. RATT has bigger issues than anything I'm involved in. Yes, Monsters of Rock is going to be fun. If you really want to do it right, you hit the M3 festival. You hit the cruise in March. You hit the M3 festival in May. That's how you do it right. And I'll be at all of them. Looking forward to rocking and perhaps rolling with all of you. And it's going to be good. And I'm hoping that I can talk more openly, freely, not ace freely, in the upcoming weeks. Are you coming to Gatlinburg this summer? We could show you. I'd like to come back to Gatlinburg. I don't know if there's a festival, but tell you what, I loved Gatlinburg, and I want to go back to Dollywood. I had such a fabulous time at Dollywood and Graceland. I've become a big fan of the South. I think they might rise. Not sure. Anyway, you guys enjoying this? I wonder if anyone's watching. Any news on the new Skid Row singer? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I've heard things. Can't tell you. It's not my business. I'll be. They'll burn me at a stake, and not the ribeye. California Dreaming is at work, and we'll rewatch later. Well, you didn't miss anything. Oh, hey, look at this. A super chat. Well, you know what? That's just super. Thank you, Wade. Somebody helping pay the bills around here. Are you going to go to the Jack Russell tribute in March? I believe I'm on the road for that too. A lot of cool people coming out to pay respect to the legacy of Jack Russell. Sad, but I'm glad they'll keep his memory alive. And the band Great White keeps his music alive. So uh, this is electrician Ron. I love the chat. I can't participate because I'm busy wiring up some lady's kitchen, but I'm listening. Well, listen, that lady is probably grateful that you've wired her kitchen. And no, I don't think I'll be at the Blue Ridge Festival again. I hope it never happens. It's terrible. Wow, Rob, look at this. Rob's wife works at Dollywood, free ticks. Well, Rob, you don't have to twist my arm and make me say, Uncle. I'm a fan of free tickets, but I really did enjoy it. That is an experience I would like to have again. Anyway, before I wrap up, how many of you guys liked the M3 lineup? How many of you are going to go? How many would you go if you could go? Let's close with this. Have I ever met John Sykes? Yes, a picture of me and John Sykes is on my Instagram. Go check that out. The link is in the description. And you can see me and John Sykes from a Thin Lizzy concert. What do you think? Do you think the M3 lineup is weak, strong? Would you want to go? William B says yes. I think that means he wants to go, or he's giving his Marv Albert impression. Yes. That might be too deep. Beavis says great lineup, very well put together. I'm telling you that I think it's a good lineup, whether I was involved or not, and I'm very small involved. But I personally, I'm not lying. I think it's good. I'm missing stuff, so hold on. Jennifer Lee, not to be confused with Jennifer Jason Lee, who is in Fast Times. I'll be at M3. Been there every year since the beginning. Nice. This will be your 16th one. How cool. And Eric Miles is planning now. Vic Rattlehead thinks it's weak and certainly titled, but you wanted to see Y&T, everyone's favorite stadium band with, what, one original member? Not making fun of it, though, Vic. You're entitled to your opinion. Oh, yeah, I'm making fun. Michael Perez, strong lineup. Bill Peterson says M3 rocks. I'm an M3 veteran, 14 of them since 2012. M3 lineup is weak, but my wife and I are going. So Ron isn't that thrilled with it. Great lineup. If Roth could pull off the Eat 'em a Smile, it'd be perfect. I agree. Be huge. Skylar wishes he lived closer. Down is up, says he loves the lineup. M3 rocks. Lorraine, I'll be buying my 3-day VIPs as they go. Now, Lorraine, I want to point out that a lot of people in the comments of those M3 groups, they get very nasty in those groups and angry and territorial. But a lot of people are saying there's no way RATT will ever play together again. There's no way it's Warren because Warren's got too much money and Warren doesn't want to play. I'm so glad we could put all that shit to bed. The rumors, put them to bed. Warren is here, there, and everywhere, and he's ready to play. and everyone was wrong. The majority of people guessing were wrong. Lion Basala definitely want to go. Well, Grace, I will see you there at M3, and I'll see Josh. Josh, can you change your name to John so I can read it easier? I'll see you at the Surf Ballroom. I wish they would do M3 West. I would like to see that too, but Eric is planning now. Heavy Metal Beer Club, not planning on M3, but will be on the cruise. Amy is going to be seeing Slaughter in May and June, but can't make M3. Look, not everyone can get to Columbia, Maryland. Dave, thank you so much, and I appreciate your nice words. Jessica Hager, no relation to Chris or Sammy, spelled differently. Yes, definitely going. So excited. We need a time waster meetup somewhere. Well, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Let's put it together. I'll meet you guys at the hot dog stand or something. Let's do it, but probably not on Sunday. Maybe on Saturday, because Sunday is going to be insane. Let me tell you something, Pearcy Demartini. This isn't like just another show. I can tell you that it's going to be a big production, and you're going to want to see it. You're going to want to see it. I hope David Lee Roth takes it serious. I hear you. I think he'll take it serious. Christopher Carroll, I'll be there. Some of my best photos come from 3. I've been to all but the first. Nice. It's good to see a lot of M3 veterans. The best lineup with RATT. Well, let's not call it RATT. Let's call it Pearcy Demartini performing the music of RATT. What's the truth about Warren marrying into Mars Candy money? That's not true. At least that's not what it said. I mean, I think the public information of this is that Warren Demartini had a family mother, a grandmother who was involved with Mars Chocolate. Other than that, I don't think it's appropriate to speculate. But a lot of people thought he married someone into money. None of that's true. And the last I spoke to Warren, it's been a little while, he told me he wanted to finish his legacy, and he did want to play, but he wanted to do it right. And I know Steven does too. And I think it's going to be exciting to see these two guys together. And I'm not just saying that. I really do. Some people are not a fan of Sebastian Bach. All right, well, skip Friday then. You don't have to. Lorraine, I never thought Warren would be back, though I thought he might be a special guest at the whiskey. I'm not going to say we didn't try that. Let's see. Last time I saw David Roth, he talked too much in between. Well, he did that in Van Halen too. The ones who are going to meet up at M3 can always meet very early for breakfast. That's true. I'm going to give you guys my room right now. I'm staying at the La Mondrian on the lake, and I'm in room 227. So stop by, and clothing is optional, and we can have a party. We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Our chick says she's going to Nightmare Weekend. Should I switch? Maybe. You got to think about it. Depends how big a rap fan you are. Warren is an amazing guitarist. So happy to see him perform, Stephen. I said it all along. I go, the ultimate tour would be White Lion opening with Vito Bratta. That would be the guitar player's guitar playing tour. How is Stephen doing? He's doing fantastic. And he's probably having a great morning answering messages from congratulations and maybe an angry person or two. Thank you for taking time. Listen, I love all of you. I appreciate you. I hope you watch on Wednesday. I got to go because right now, literally right this second, go watch the interview with Ronnie Sweetheart. It's on this channel. So please like, comment, subscribe. Join me live on Wednesday with Wednesday 13. And we'll chat. I'm in the comments. I'll text with you, as the kids say. See you in a while.
Just wanna waste some time with you.